The story of the Sea Shepherd dates back to the 1500s, when wayfarers and seaworthy steeds talked of a legendary man who was able to lead all sea life safely away from Category 5 hurricanes. In those days, most, if not all, who requested passage through the dangerous storm-ridden Caribbean had gotten word that Rolex, the miser of Eastern gold timepieces, had raised his prices for no logical reason whatsoever. This angered a great deal of sea-soaked men, who in turn vowed to start their own such timepiece endeavors. One such man was Blackbeard the pirate. Blackbeard had always been enamored with the story of the Sea Shepherd, and set out to design his timepiece based on the mythical legend. For it was a dark time for Blackbeard. Upon hearing of Rolex's price increase, he shot his sister's husband in the stomach, causing him to cover his screams with his hand. Blackbeard owed the Sea Shepherd to the memory of his sister's husband. Nay, he owed it to the world. And so it began. Years of research with the finest minds pirate money could buy. Many a man's wrist was measured to find the perfect size. And if it wasn't perfect, blood was drained until it was. For centuries, Blackbeard's tireless legacy to build the perfect Sea Shepherd timepiece continued. Until one day, a suggestion came from an unlikely source. For it was Lord Heimdallr who said, "Let's just copy the Sapphire Tuna." And it was made so. 200 meters of water resistance, Sapphire Crystal, a ceramic bezel with luminous pip, 316L stainless steel, screw-down crown and caseback, but the cherry on top was the Seiko NH35 movement, a glorious, reliable steed whose heart will beat long after you are all dead. Welcome to Watch Me Go Broke. Wouldn't it be fun if any of that was true? Boy, it sure would have been. First things first, on my wrist today, I'm still rocking the Islander, which I really enjoyed, and don't forget to check out my review of it. Today's review is of the Heimdallr Sharkey Seiko Tuna homage, I guess Marine Master. Comes in this blue box. Let's open her up there and see what you get. Okay. Well, one thing I noticed that I really liked was the international warranty card. I don't know if I should show you this information or not. I guess it's not top secret. But you get a handwritten warranty card, which is something, if you buy off Amazon, the places like that, you just get the card, it's blank, nothing on it. So it's kind of cool. It's got the purchase date and your international warranty card. But the price on these watches, I don't know if you'd really ever use this or how difficult it is to send in a watch. And there is the watch. I have mine on a shark mesh bracelet that I got off of eBay. I always wanted a shark mesh bracelet that did not have like H links to take out. I just wanted the solid ones. I did have to cut this myself to fit. A good tip whenever you're cutting a shark mesh bracelet is do not cut the links from the side that you connect to the watch, because it'll end up looking very messy. I didn't do that. I just popped the spring bars out of the clasp and I cut on this side. And I'm probably gonna have to cut a little bit on this side. I think I still have a little work to do on it. But the dimensions on the watch, a 46 millimeter case, going up to almost 50 if you include the crown. You've got a lug tip to lug tip of 44. So even though it's a big watch, it does wear compact, and a thickness of 11 millimeters. Lug width of 22, the standard Seiko size if you're modeling after Seiko. You've got a 120 click unidirectional ceramic bezel. The action on this is pretty sturdy. It is very hard to turn. And there is quite a rebound where it snaps back into place. I don't know if you can see that. It'll just kind of snap where it needs to go. And so alignment, I think I missed it. No, I got it right. So alignment is really good on the bezel. So you have a sapphire crystal. The indices are not applied. They are, I guess, painted. I'm not sure if you can see that. It almost looks like a sticker, like a loomed sticker that was just stuck in between the border of the indices. Glows really nice though. It is a 316L stainless steel case. Screw down crown, screw down case back, 200 meters of water resistance. The case back is a good looking case back with some writing on it. 20 ATM WR NH35 SI 316L stainless steel, and it says 1 out of 150 limited edition. I don't know if that is true or not. I'm suspecting that that is probably not accurate. The case is very interesting, modeled after the Seiko Marine Master. You've got Allen wrench style screws to hold this shroud in place. So I don't know, you guys let me know in the comments if you've ever taken the shroud off of one of these. I'm curious to see how it looks, if it maybe is all of a sudden turned into the bottle cap style. I don't know, but if you know, let me know in the comments. I really don't feel like doing that to this watch currently, but maybe in the future I will. So you've got an applied shark logo just below the 12 o'clock, so there's a nice little raise up on that logo. Then you've got Sea Shepherd Automatic 200M, and then a frame date wheel for the NH35 date at the 3 o'clock position. 4 o'clock crown as well, which is also signed, and that's a nice little touch. Give it a little bit of class. 4 o'clock crowns, you know, typical for Seiko. I've fallen in love with 4 o'clock crowns. I used to find them incredibly ugly and stupid looking, but from a functionality standpoint, it makes the watch so much more comfortable, especially a watch that has a larger size crown. If you put it at 3 o'clock, digging into your wrist all the time, depending on where you wear it. So it's nice to have that a little bit more comfortable. The Sapphire Crystal does give a touch of distortion when you hold the watch. Well, not distortion, it's just sort of like you can see the dome on it. So it gives a good amount of depth to the watch. The chapter ring is actually pretty thick, so the dial sits well below the Sapphire Crystal. I think that's a neat little touch that you can, you know, turn the watch and see. I love that. Looking at hands at that angle, you can kind of see how they're put together on the movement. It's something I really, really enjoy looking at. The watch comes on this rubber strap with, let me see the buckle here. Yeah, let's see. All right, with a Heimdallr logo. I think that's actually upside down when you're wearing it, if I recall. But nice stamped or etched logo there. The rubber strap, this is actually incredibly comfortable. I'm not a major rubber strap fan, but this one is well above the standard issue Seiko rubber strap, like for the SKX 009, 007. This is way, way better than that. I would say it's not quite as good as like you'd get on the new Seiko Turtles, the SRP 777 rubber strap. That's really good. The hardware on those is a little bit better than this, but this is extremely comfortable. It's a strap that I don't think you'd have to change if you're into rubber straps. So what do I like about this watch? Well, the green dial, I'm kind of a sucker for green dials, and you don't see too many of them. You always see orange, sometimes you see yellow, a white dial. I love to get a white dial of this. The green dial, it's just cool, it pops. I don't recall Seiko doing a green dial in this variation of watch, so that's why I kind of picked this one up. So it's not like a direct copy of the Marine Master, but it certainly is an attractive and bright dial. I like that you get sapphire crystal. I like that you get a ceramic bezel. The luminous pip is pretty neat looking. It is a little raised up. I'm concerned that I'm gonna rip that out at some point if I go into the ocean with this, or just banging around the house or whatever I'm doing, desk diving, scraping it on stuff, because you can see it protrudes quite a bit up, and that always concerns me, especially on a watch that isn't overly expensive. I like that it's got the NH35 movement. I have numerous watches that have the NH35 movement in it, and I really haven't had a problem. This is actually running within 1 second a day. I'm assuming Heimdallr regulated it at the factory, but their quality control, everything lines up. Their quality control is really good on this particular watch. And I have another watch. It's a San Martin 62 Mas homage, and I'm pretty sure they probably come out of the same factory. And the quality control on that one as well is really amazing. There's really no serious flaws in the watch or the case or anything of that nature. I like that it's got a good amount of heft to it. It's a big watch. Sometimes I really like a big watch. Not too big. Obviously, my Aragon Dive Master 2, the 50 millimeter, that was way too big for me. But sometimes I like a big watch. Makes you feel manly. So what do I not like about this watch? Well, it's not their design. So obviously, there's not a lot to not like about the design that they've done. And that's what I don't like. I think they could have done this watch with a little more originality. I don't think they needed to use the same hands or, you know, the same dial layout. I mean, if they want to use the same case, fine, tuna can case, no problem. But I'd like to see a little more originality. This company clearly can manufacture an amazing watch at an amazing price with everything that anybody wants in it. And they just really don't seem to be doing that. It's just straight up copies of other watches. So maybe in the future, I'd like to see some originality. I'm really excited. I've got a Heimdallr Submariner homage coming. And from the photos, that looks to be one of the closest homages of the Submariner that I've seen. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll get it in pretty soon. You know, Chinese New Year, you know, you never know when you're gonna get stuff. And there it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. So it does wear kind of large, but if you notice the lug to lug of 44, it does keep it within my wrist size. So it's really not overly thick. It's just a good heft to the watch, and I really like it. So guys, if you have one of these or you have another Heimdallr you can recommend for me to check out, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this watch company. I think as a whole, most of us really enjoy the Heimdallr watches that we've come across. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video if you really liked it. Always looking for new subscribers, new venues to show off videos and suggestions for watches for me to check out. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.